Hello everyone, welcome to another video. Today we'll be looking after cloud computing. Now, a lot of you must have idea about cloud computing. One thing that must have crossed your mind when I mentioned the term cloud computing is cloud storage. But how is cloud computing different from cloud storage? Well, if I had to give a basic example of cloud computing, I would like to show you right now. Okay, now if I've written a simple Python, let's not even say a code, a line that basically prints study CS with SKOLAR. If I run it, there's an output, right? So what's happening here is basically I am just writing a code and none of my processing is required to run this code. It's basically running in the server side of ProgramMees. It's a Python online compiler. So I'm using cloud or internet to harness the power of computing that does not happen in my computer. This is basically cloud computing, but realize this is a very simplified example. Whenever you're talking about cloud computing, there are softwares and features like AWS. This is Amazon Web Services, on-demand cloud computing. So basically, whenever you're trying to process high-end mathematical simulation, physics simulation, where your requirements for graphics card are beyond 50, 60, 40, 90 Ti, you would need Amazon Web Services. Or there is another, Azure, Microsoft Azure. So you're basically remotely harnessing the power of computer with the help of internet, where your computer might struggle to do the processing task. A new form of this is basically Firebase. So it's a online IDE that runs on cloud computing. You don't require a high-end CPU. As long as you're connected to the internet, you could access the processing of a Google that's created by the Google, by the way, and it does it. So I could do like this. I could run it, right? This is what cloud computing is, and this is one part of cloud computing. Cloud storage also comes into play. So before I talk about it, realize that so you would not be asked to talk about cloud computing mostly, but I wanted you to know the difference between cloud storage versus cloud computing. Cloud storage is a part of cloud computing where the cloud storage deals mostly with the saving and storing of the files. Cloud computing deals with the computational power with the help of internet. Cloud storage is a method of data storage where data is stored on off-site servers. So Google Drive, OneDrive, iCloud are all examples of cloud storage. So there's a public cloud, private cloud, and a hybrid cloud. So what's a public cloud? Where basically Google Drive, OneDrive, iCloud are public cloud. It's a storage environment where customer, client, and storage provider are different companies. Me as a individual from or a creator of a Scholar YouTube channel is completely different from Google as a company. So whenever I'm storing something in Google Drive, this is an example of public cloud. Public cloud. Private cloud is something where a company establishes their own cloud storage. So whenever we're expanding cloud storage into the threshold levels of storage requirements, let's say 1000 terabytes, the price gets atrociously expensive. So companies they instead invest on their own cloud network. So basically they set up a server with lots of hard disks. It's always connected to the internet and everything is stored in their server. And users and clients and basically employees working there, as long as they are connected to the internet, can access their cloud storage facility of their own company. This is an example of private cloud. So customer client and cloud storage provider are basically a single entity. Or Apple employees accessing iCloud would be another example of private cloud, but do not write that. That's just for fun. Hybrid cloud is when you use combination of both, right? So these sort of questions are not asked in exams. What you should know is pros and cons of cloud storage, etc. So first of all, since you're basically using internet to store the files. The files can be accessed anytime from any device anywhere in the world, provided internet access is available. So we would not require to carry an external storage device alongside our travel itinerary or travel destination, and so it's also a ease of travel. We can easily store and retrieve information from anywhere in the world as long as there is access to internet. We could also use it as a backup option. I could use a backup in my hard disks. If by chance something bad happens and I lose my hard disks, I have a backup of it in a cloud. I could always retrieve the information. So that's another point. And it basically offers unlimited storage capacity, because you could always pay more money and expand it. That's an advantage. So, but there are disadvantages, such as people from Southeast Asia, South Asia, where internet is slow or unstable. They could have problems accessing or downloading their files. So, if a large storage capacity is required, it's very expensive. And at the same time, let's say we need a high bandwidth internet to access the files, and this can be expensive. Also, there is a potential failure of cloud storage companies possible. They could always fail, so all the backup data could be completely lost. So these are basically pros and cons of cloud storage. So whenever we are working with lots of data, it's important to realize that how resistant is our cloud service provider to natural disasters or power cuts. They should be available 24/7, and they should have lots of remote backups as well, so that no data is lost. How well they have the policies of data integrity and privacy. This also must be acknowledged or well researched before we proceeding with the company. So you don't need this context. And this is an extra work which I've explained, cloud software. So this is it for the cloud computing thing. Make sure you're dealing with questions and all. You need to pull marks through paper 1 as well. Make sure you're understanding the keywords, working on your paper, and mention if you need any specific videos for the YouTube channel. I would love to present it to you all. Thank you so much. Subscribe, comment the next topics that you would want to see me explaining about. Thank you so much. Bye bye.